Hello everybody, I'm Kat, and today I have another book haul. It's been like a couple months since I've done a book haul, and it feels like I haven't done one in forever. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I have 8 books here I'm going to show you today, and I'm very excited about all of them. So the very first book is The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I bought this book at my local used bookstore. From what I've heard, this book is about like this society where everything is kind of black and white except for these bells, and they're supposedly so beautiful that they are the only colorful people in this society. It sounds very interesting. I've heard some pretty good things about it. I've also heard a lot of meh things about it. This is also like a really big book, like it's pretty massive. The next book is a book that I'm so excited about. If you've seen my booktubeathon vlog, then you can probably already guess what this book is. The Brightsiders by Jen Wilde. I love this book so much. It's actually one of my new favorites this year, and I haven't read a whole lot of books that I consider favorites. This book is about this girl named Emmy, and she's in this band called the Brightsiders. One night, Emmy ends up being surrounded by paparazzi, and she ends up involved in a clickbait scandal. During this clickbait scandal, she begins to realize that there are people that have been using her for her fame, and she begins to realize who her real friends are in all of this. And she ends up liking one of her friends more than she ever thought she would. It was so cute, and I loved it so much more than Queens of Geek. Alright, I just had such a fun time while reading it. The next book I have here is Listen to Your Heart by Casey West. I know. This book is about this girl who is kind of very quiet and shy, and then one day her friend dares her to join the school's podcast. I guess that's a thing. The girl ends up getting a question from this guy who wanted to know how to ask out his crush. She all of a sudden had this realization that these are her peers asking her these questions. That's what I got from the summary. I've actually heard pretty good things about this Casey West book, but as I've said before, Casey West and I kind of have a love-hate relationship. The next book I have here is My Plain Jane by Brody Ashton, Jody Meadows, and Cynthia Han. This is a retelling of Jane Eyre. They retold it in a different way, so they kind of switched things up. But I actually haven't read, I don't know if it's like the first book. I think it's like a companion series. I don't think it matters which book you read first, but I haven't read My Lady Jane yet, and I've been dying to read it. I actually have the audiobook for that one, and then this just came out, and it was another reminder for me that I need to read My Lady Jane and now My Plain Jane. The next book I have here is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I bought this because I'm gonna be reading it in school soon, like within the next couple years. I bought it just to have it on hand. The next book I have here is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. So this book takes place in like a futuristic world where this plague kills 90% of all the children living in America, and the 10% of kids living develop these powers, and then they get sent to these camps and they sort them into different colors based off of their powers, except our main character ends up getting missorted. It recently became a movie, as you probably know. I sadly have put it down for now. I will probably listen to the audiobook if I decide to pick it back up, which I mean, I probably will. It's very stereotypical of a YA novel, and I was like, and okay, the next book I have here, I went to my used bookstore again. They opened up kind of like the back warehouse, and they had a ton of books there. I found this, not even ARC, it's a manuscript of one of my favorite contemporaries of all time. I was so surprised to have found it that I of course grabbed it, and that is the manuscript of Amy Rogers' Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. Now, I thought it was an ARC too, but it says bound manuscript right there. So it's a manuscript. It's crazy. I love this book. If you've been on my channel for a while now, you know I absolutely love Morgan Matson. This is one of my favorite books by her. It's wild. And the last book I have here is a very recent release, and that is Catwoman Stole Sealer by Sarah J. Maas. This is a part of the DC Comics book series. The previous 2 books are Wonder Woman and Batman. Wonder Woman was written by Leigh Bardugo, and Batman was written by Marie Lu, and then this is the 3rd book, and it's written by Miss Sarah J. Maas. Oh, and there's gonna be a Superman one too. I didn't know that. In the past, I have really enjoyed Sarah J. Maas's books. I've only read the first 3 Throne of Glass books, plus I really like this cover. Alright, and that is it for this book haul. Let me know down below if you've hauled any of these books or if you've read them, because I would love to hear your thoughts on them. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos every Thursday, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!